Hey there, I posted a video a couple days ago playing Vassar Clements' version of Paddy on the Turnpike for banjo, and I'm just going to break down how to play that here in this video. So I'll play through the first time through kind of slowly, and then I'll break it down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So that's the first time through. So it starts in this typical kind of melodic banjo shape where you play your A's here at the 7th fret, you play your E note here on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and your C note here, the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and the other notes are open. So we have 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, the only note we're fretting there is the A note, the A at the 7th fret of the 4th string. So we've got. Then we're going to go up here. Let me play you the next phrase. So we're starting that out with a single string move where we've got A and C both on the 2nd string. So we're going to go, let's see. You can go thumb index or thumb middle, either way there. I might use it in my middle more often there. Or, I don't know, it doesn't matter. So we're going to do that, and then get into this shape where you've got B on the 2nd string, C on the 1st string, and D on the 5th string, and we're going, and then you can see I lifted up the 5th string there, so that whole thing is. So that whole opening we have so far is 1, 2, 3. And then we're getting into like an F chord shape, but just the C note, and we're hammering onto the F here, and pinching. So I'm going. Just doing a little timekeeping there. Okay, that phrase, again, we're back in this typical melodic banjo shape, sliding into the A note. So that's cool, that's sliding from a very dissonant note. We're sliding from there, but it sounds good because we land there. And then here I'm getting an F natural down here and an E here. We play those notes twice in a row. Then down through C and A, we're fretting those. And then up, that's going up the pentatonic scale. G, A, B, straight to D. We're not hitting the C. We're not doing that, we're just going. And then getting your E and F sharp here. I'm at the 9th fret and the 7th fret of the 3rd and 2nd string. You could get it here, like maybe that's a shape people are used to, but the reason why I like it here is because it lets that open D keep ringing. I think that sounds nice. So. And then we're using that open G as a pivot to get way up the neck. And after that open G, this is all going to be single string stuff. And I'm actually it runs us through a couple shapes. I'll post another video sometime talking about shapes on the banjo and how to visualize the notes and stuff. But what we're doing here is, let's and then D, E, and F sharp are all on the second string. And then G, but by the time we've landed on that G, we're like shifted up to using the index finger there. So actually I'm shifting every time with the index. Index again, and then index again, reach up to that high B note, and then I'm doing a little side steppy thing here where I'm playing G with my index finger, but I'm somehow kind of getting that middle finger in to play the E after it, and the reason is it helps us make this shift. And if you practice it slow, you'll be able to get it nice and smooth. And then this thing is a little tricky. I'm playing D, C, and B all on the third string, and I'm picking them with the forward roll. So, and then the thumb is free to hit the fifth string. So you'll have to practice that slowly to get it smooth. And then A and B here on the second string. A little pinch there where I'm pinching, hammering on from A to B, but having the low G string as well. So that whole phrase was and then one thing about my picking on the right hand, when I play single string stuff, I'm going thumb, index, thumb, middle, or sometimes thumb, middle, thumb, index. It's just real ergonomic. If you just keep doing thumb index all the time, which is what I did for years until the start of the pandemic, I started working on getting this thing. But when you just do thumb index, you're kind of muscling it and you get fatigued. But if you do the alternating thumb index, thumb middle, or thumb middle, thumb index, you're just doing a roll and it becomes easier to do, but you just have to practice and spend time to get it to really sink in. But anyway, when I play this line, I'm basically doing that thumb, index, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, middle, that kind of thing. Okay, so moving on. Here's the next part, the next A part. It's simple, but the rhythm you might find tricky. So here's the rhythm: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's just open third string, open second, open fifth. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So I'm sliding into a B from the note below it, and then A, and then E. And then again, the similar rhythm here, I'm fretting the F there. So, and then fretting the A there, so we've got and then what I'm doing there is I'm playing the E note on the third string and then the F natural on the second string. Yeah. That whole is very sparse. It's like fiddle language, so it's a lot of space on the banjo, but if you get your timing really nice, it'll sound good and people won't miss the extra notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's fun. So that's right on the downbeat. So there's a kind of a concept there. Syncopated first phrase, but then the second phrase is like super square. So and right on the nose here. So sliding up to the B, and then A, open string, and then E and F sharp here. And then going down to F natural with that index finger. Let's see. This is not right. From the F natural, when you get down to B, walk it back up again. And when you get to the D, skip to the G note. So that's really nice. You could maybe write a tune with that sequence of notes. So and then F sharp here on the second string. Let's see. That's also really pretty. So F sharp, then open G, then A on the second string, C on the fifth string, B on the first string, open G, and then D, open, to F sharp on the third string, G. Great phrase. Takes a little practice. My brain still has difficulty with this one. So that's the whole second A. Let me play that whole second A. And yeah, you know, the way I just played it, I would probably spend, like, if I were practicing this, I would probably spend a little more time getting that even smoother, because I feel like letting those notes just ring out as long as they can so it doesn't sound too staccato. The banjo already sounds staccato, so we have to really practice to let the notes sing. And then the way the B part starts, let's see. Yeah, so it's like 1, 2, 3. So what I'm looking at here is this G shape way up the neck, like the typical G shape we often do. And I'm just using my ring finger to get a C note, so I'm going. Yeah. Then I'm shifting. So after this thing, I'm shifting up to where the middle finger is going to be on C, and then the index will be on the B. So, in the picking pattern, I'm going index, thumb. So, C, B, D, E, F sharp, G. And that's G, F sharp, G, A, B, A, and now it ends with the G but on the first string. So that whole thing was. And again, it's that same alternate roll picking I was talking about in there. And then there's this cool lick he does. He goes. So what that is, you're starting on the D note, D, C, D, E, and then walking up dramatically, F, F sharp, G. Sliding into F there, and then I do a lot of this, like, I don't like barring very much because I feel like that introduces tension. So slide into the F and then use the middle finger to get the D right next to it on the same fret. And then down to the B here. B, C, D, B. And then B flat here. This is very Vassar Clements. B flat, A, open G. So notice that if we're in the key of G, B note, the B is like our third. So he's using the B natural to go up, but B flat to go down. You find that kind of thing in a lot of types of music across the world. Like I think about Indian music, sometimes there'll be certain rags where a note will be the higher one when the scale when it's moving up, but the lower one when it's moving down. That's true of bluegrass and old time music as well. I heard Jody Stecker give a really cool talk about that once. These things that happen in modal music from a lot of places in the world that are actually in common. So where were we? We've got again, we're pivoting on that open G string. That's kind of what's getting us from this part of the neck down to the like, what you all think of as or what we all think of as kind of the Keith style melodic position down here at the 5th and 7th fret. So we've got back up again. So what that was, so from the B flat, A, G, E here, open D, C here, open B, and walk back up from that B. C, D, F sharp, G. I like that a lot, where you get from the D note to the G, from the 5th to the 1, but through the major 7th there. Even though it's a tune that has a lot of F naturals in it, we're still moving melodically through that major 7 to get us back up again. All the same as before, but then here instead of going, we're going pentatonic. So start with your thumb on the D note, you pick with your middle finger on the B note, and then pick with your index finger on the A note on the 7th, or what am I saying? The A note on the 4th string. And then this little shape of like A and B next to each other, we can just slide it down to get E and F sharp next to each other. It's easier to play it here than here or here, because we're already this part of the neck. Let's see. So that whole phrase, that whole B section is, let's see. I'll play it for you really slowly. 1, 2, 3. Could have done it slower still, but you can use the slow down function on YouTube to put that at 3/4 or something if you want to play along with it. This is a lot of material, so I hopefully you've paused like many times and worked on the earlier stuff, but I'll keep going to give you the last B part of the first chorus of the song, and I'll post another video shortly of the other choruses. The next thing he does, like, let's see, this is great actually. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. I'm sliding into D and G, and I'm on the 3rd string and the 2nd string. So way up here at, what is that? The 19th and 20th fret. Let's see. It's the same as doing like this or this, but it's doing it up here. And then single string stuff. So 1, 2, 3. And then again, even though my index is on that G note, I'm kind of sliding my middle finger right next to it for the E note to go. Yeah. Yeah. So E, F sharp, G, and then back to that same E. It's really close up here, but I practiced it a lot. Sorry, my battery's dying. And then get your index down there next to it. So I know it's a lot of close kind of parallel work in here, but you can get it with practice. This is like, now we're thinking about this F shape, so it'd be like this F chord here, but an octave higher. So we're kind of going to C, D, F, and then sliding into that, sliding up to the A way up above it. That's all just pentatonic. It's all F pentatonic stuff. And then here's an iconic Vassar lick. There's not really an elegant way to make this shift, but we've landed on, with our ring finger, we're just gonna practice to where we can get the ring, and then the next note, get the pinky on the G and go chromatic down from G, and then get the pinky up on the D. So you get that. So A, G, E, F sharp, G. This might be easier with the tab a little bit. And then walking down from the G, F natural to D. So I like to do that kind of thing a lot on the banjo, where you're really skipping a lot of frets in order to get the melody, and fiddles do that all the time, mandolins do that all the time. I think banjos aren't necessarily used to skipping as many frets, but it works pretty well for getting melodies. So we've got and then walk up, so D, E, F sharp, and then I'm playing G closed here instead of on the 5th string. I suppose I could rearrange it and get that open, but for whatever reason I'm playing the G on the 12th fret there. A, C on the next string, and then B, G, A, F sharp, and then open G. Let's see. So that whole phrase was coming over. I think I'm done for this little session, but that's the whole first chorus of Paddy on the Turnpike. And yeah, I hope you have fun with it. And my advice is to not try to learn it all at once. Just take little bits of it, and if you find something you like, oh, that's cool, it's a pentatonic shape, maybe even step away from Paddy on the Turnpike a while and just mess around with what's that pentatonic shape about. And I'll post other videos where I really get into some of these shapes and some of these techniques, right hand, left hand, some of the theory stuff, and I hope you enjoy it.